gave us a virus. It made us all go inside, and they've got control in the streets right now.
Yeah, that would be sounds like the case. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. How are you? This is Two Bros Podcast, episode 99. There you go. 99. Not too many.
Hold on. My lighting in here kind of sucks. Give me a second.
Yeah, you need something on your face.
Yeah, I know.
That's what she said. Hello in TV land, everyone on Facebook. I hope you can hear us. We're trying a remote session, all in preparation for episode number. That's much better. That's an awesome lighting there.
Alrighty, looking a little bit better. Got the shine on my face.
Yeah, you got that glow, that soul glow.
Got the shine.
Let your soul glow.
Oh, is it true you haven't left the house in like 2 weeks?
Pretty much. Yeah, have not left the house. Barely left for groceries. Actually, yesterday, Saturday, I did make a run to the bank, and
okay.
And my bank is a credit union, which sucks. It is the ultimate suckiness of a bank that just. Well, put it this way.
Do your shit online?
Yeah, but because they're a credit union, they don't have a lot of connectivity with other systems. So, like, I can't.
You want to transfer money? Or
yeah, exactly. I can't wire and transfer and do all that crazy stuff that I would normally be able to do. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. Strange times calls for strange measures.
Well, you would think that that shit now is getting exposed now. So if a bank can't transfer shit, then all of a sudden when this is all over, people are gonna leave that bank.
Yeah. So
hey, look, when I needed to get some money from somewhere else, you fuckers were no good.
Absolutely. So what I'm struggling with right now is leaving the bank and telling them, hey man, you know, when the shit was hit the fan, you guys like really shit the bed here. You know what I'm saying? Like you really didn't help me, you know, and I'm sure I'm not alone. I can't be the only person going.
Not at all.
Yeah. So I'm like wondering how the hell are they planning on, you know, I think they're all learning. I think everyone's learning at the same time.
Well, you hope after this, it will be a learning tool. Like you hope, like whoever is running that credit union goes, hey, you know, people have problems moving their money around. You know, we need to get better at that. We need to do that better.
Yeah. No,
we're learning now that we technically don't need cash. You don't need cash for anything unless you're going to pay off somebody to do some illegal shit for you. So
super scary, man. Cash. Super scary. It's like, yo, you don't need, the dollars, and it's no longer the currency that you're trading. Like people are now looking for ways to get creative and trying to, you know, the old barter system is coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like hey man, I'll do this for you and you do that for me.
Some of that, yeah, some of that. You know, some people who are like helping out with other people's kids and stuff like that. And you know, if you're a healthcare worker now, God, if you don't have a large support system, goodness, God bless you, man, because you really need that.
Yeah, our healthcare workers are pretty much like the new warriors, right? They're the new social warriors. They're the hey man, we need you now more than ever, you know. And shout out to all the healthcare workers. It used to be. It almost seems it took the place of the old first responder, right? The first responder used to be the one that championed all the attention and garnered all the and then it became like this, now the like I said, these.
Well, we're adding that to the list of people who went ahead and were frontline people.
Yeah.
And when 9/11 happened, we were tipping our cap to all of our EMTs, our policemen, and our firemen. Because, when everybody was leaving the building, they were running into the building.
First responders, right? First responders became a big thing, and now these.
And, the Iraq wars, we realized that our military people were on the front line doing shit that we didn't, as a nation, we didn't think they should be doing.
Right.
But they went ahead and they did it anyway. They risked their lives, and you tip your hat to them. Now, you know, when you see somebody in the nursing profession and stuff like that, you probably, you know, you give them their seat. You give them a seat on the bus. You get out the way.
Yeah. I love it. I love that respect level of, hey, thank you for your service. You know, when you see a veteran and you see somebody of wearing, you know, obviously representing our country from the armed forces, but now you're seeing it from healthcare people who are on that front line, and we're doing the same thing. We're saluting them, saying thank you for your service. You know, you guys are really helping us stay alive. And yep.
That, in many ways, that's no different than going into combat. I mean, they're risking their lives and taking this disease and taking this illness back to their families and their loved ones, you know, potentially. And I think like over the weekend, didn't we get confirmation that a couple of healthcare workers actually did get sick and die?
Yes. Yeah. We saw some horrific news of healthcare workers taking this home to their family, like you said, taking it home. And listen, man, there is no easy way to do that job. I saw photos that you would think is a movie scene, you know.
Yeah.
I saw photos with people laying on gurneys, you know, sitting there like you know, just pretty much in awe of trying to really figure out how to survive. You know what I'm saying? How are they gonna get help? And looking at any, you know, remember anyone like a how do you say, like a guy that cleans up in the hospital? You know, like a maintenance guy,
like a janitorial service.
Yeah, I guess, you know, like Ali, brother. You know, our cousin Ali. He was you know, he like refilled the supply cabinet and whatever else, you know.
Right. I think orderlies, I think.
That's the name I was looking for, but yeah, okay. I don't know if that's politically correct anymore. Everything's so sensitive. But
whatever.
But if you see someone in scrubs and one of those, you know, synthetic hats and booties on, you immediately think they can help you. You're looking for help, you know. And some of them, they're, you know, it's like the Home Depot. I don't work in that aisle. You know what I mean? I don't work down there, but
I'll. Got a smock on.
Yeah, right. But you have a hot sign that says a Home Depot smock that says, "How can I help you?" And I think that's where people are struggling.
And the thing is here, like these, like a lot of, you know, these people care too. They don't want to like do the job and then go home. You know. They don't just want to punch the clock and okay, well, my shift is over, so I'm ready to go home. No, these people actually care.
True.
They want to make sure that, you know, like these people are getting, you know, the best care that they can, and you know, at the same time, they want to protect themselves and protect their families. But I mean, these people are in really emotional crisis as well.
Sure.
You know, because they care. They don't. You know, this is one of the jobs that you don't like settle for this job.
Yeah.
Say, well, you know, I didn't become an engineer. Fuck it, I'll just go ahead and be a nurse. You know, you really have to have an investment in people, and you know, when you see people sick, you bring that home with you as well, emotionally.
Ooh, gosh, you know, and again, we can't tip our hats to them. They're on the front line. And shout out to anyone in the healthcare profession. I am seeing at an all-time rate of rest in pieces. We're losing people at a fast rate. Yeah. Faster than other people that I know in my professional community in the hospitality world, people that, you know, don't live in my neighborhood or live in this side of town. You know, people that I work with all over the country, and they're kind of like, hey, you know, it's taking the listen, I have a friend in Bayside, and to this day, he's one of those hoaxers, right? He's like, oh, I don't know anyone that has it.
I'm losing your audio a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Hold on, that's probably just internet. Yeah. Like I said, everyone's streaming at home, so this is a tough time to be streaming.
That's all right.
Yeah, probably just has to catch up. Yeah.
Or this will be like 99 0, and then we'll do a 99.2, and then
it will just
we'll do a 99.2 like in 2 days.
Yeah, you just can't get 100 just like that, folks. You gotta wait. You gotta earn it.
Ooh, maybe we'll make it 99.1, 99.2, and
exactly. A 5-point series, maybe, perhaps.
That's right.
Perhaps. But man, listen, all these people, and thanks. There's a couple of people joining us live on Facebook. If you're,
nice.
Yeah, there's a couple of people logged in on Facebook. I know. It's tough to do, and bear with us, folks, as we try to get with this. This.
Trying to do something different here.
Yeah, there's a watch party. I got a little.
Were you able to log into our Gmail and get the logo I sent you?
I just got it this morning. It looks like you just released it. Remember, it had like some kind of lock on it.
Yeah.
So I got it this morning. Yeah, I did. It's pretty cool.
You like it? Okay, nice.
Pretty cool. Nice little splashy splash. I know what they did. They used the Keynote, which is what I used. Dope. Appreciate that. Whoever did that.
I did that.
Ah, look at you. Smart. Did you use Keynote?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No, I didn't. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I got it.
Oh. Okay. All right. You little joker.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, I'm glad you got it.
Yeah, I did. So, family good on your side? Everyone's keeping.
Yeah, family's good.
Yeah,
family's good. Teresa, who's been running around like crazy, as you know, she works at Hofstra, and their worlds got turned upside down because they're, basically told students, okay, you got to go. So they're checking out students, but then there's some students who can't leave because they're international students, or some that are in like situations in which they can't go back home.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So you have to create housing for them, and then you got to create housing in a certain, like they're all got like singles and stuff like that. So she's had a rough week. So this kind of calmed down a little bit this weekend. She got a couple
good
sleep, and so she's a little bit rested. And so hopefully she's feeling better. There was a couple days in which she wasn't feeling good. I was like, okay, we're gonna have to lock you up in your office. Or what's the deal?
Yeah.
Like I literally said to myself, okay, look, if she gets sick, how are we gonna do this? Maybe we'll have to keep her in her office, set up her office. We'll put a bed in there. We'll make sure she gets the TV and stuff like that and all that. But then the next day she felt better. So I was like, okay, thank God for that.
Yeah, that gets very scary. These are strange times, man. We're living in this where everyone's afraid of, the sniffles. You feel a little tickle in your throat. Yeah. Because that's what that's what everyone says. Everyone that is been committed or in quarantine, they're saying, I had a little tickle, and then I thought it was nothing, and then it was, and every one of those situations sounds like me.
Yeah.
Because I'm stubborn. I think most men are stubborn when it comes to their health. We just believe we're so tough.
Especially if you're a working man, you push through it. I can push through it. Now I'm not feeling. I got a little headache and a little body ache. You know what? I'll get through it today, and I'll just
Yeah, man up, pussy.
But no, you're exactly right. This is you get quarantined now.
Yeah. We've been fortunate. We live on this side over here, and it's very quiet. Like, you don't get regular street traffic. You get, this cul-de-sac life, kind of. And the kids are out, they're playing, yesterday or Saturday, I don't even know. Yeah, Saturday, one of my neighbors decides to, I think, wash his car or something. It was so beautiful out. And
I think it was Friday.
Oh, it was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. And dude had this Jewish disco music playing, like the Zohan, with and dude was out there and had the whole block jamming, like, with this Zohan music, I call it. Fun and strange times, but man, every time I log on to Facebook, I am just in awe and jaw dropping of the people we're losing. Coach Joanne just lost her athletic director from the Mary Lewis Academy, Mr. Joe Lewinger.
Oh, really? I saw that. I didn't know who they were. I didn't realize who they were referencing.
Yeah.
I saw somebody reference her, and they said, blessings to you, Joanne. I'm like, oh my God, there's somebody in her family, and I didn't realize who it was, but yeah, that hits hard.
Yeah, well, she had just lost Coach Dave Edwards, which was great. Great coach Dave Edwards, who played at Georgetown and Texas A&M.
Right.
Very beloved coach. Shout out to all the coaches that give it all back. And like we talked about in the last podcast, Maine Miller from the neighborhood of Team Fly. And so this is the same week that her dad passed away 7 years ago. And yeah, and then now to lose her beloved athletic director, this man from the Mary Lewis Academy, which if those are not familiar with the initials TMLA, the Mary Lewis Academy, it's all girls school up in Jamaica, New York. And this guy has literally supported Joanne and her efforts, with her program, and taking girls that no one thought were gonna. They'd never thought that school was going to be competing for like the big titles and all that stuff. And we had her on the show, in our early infancy years.
Number 3, right? Number third guest or fourth guest?
Yeah, I think she was the second guest, but third episode. Yes, first was us ourselves. I think Cheyenne, and then
Cheyenne was our first guest. That's a trivia question. First guest.
Yes, first guest, and she's also celebrating a new life. Her husband, who has just come home from jail, was released. Tyrone. So she's been. I mean, ever since then, she didn't mention it on the show. She mentioned more about the book. We talked about, and
the children's book.
Which was more of her private life. But a lot of people share their private life on Facebook. And she was all that time battling with an incarcerated husband who had been fighting for a crime he didn't commit, and he was exonerated. He was after I think he did 11 years. Yeah, I think he did 11 years.
Did his time. Okay.
That he cannot get back. He did someone else's time. Did someone else's time.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. And it. So how do you do it? Now he's going and fighting, like they're just fighting over how much to pay him, how much to say I'm sorry, And, there's tons of people who are going through that, which we sympathize with. And we always, want to make sure that justice is served, but at whose expense, right?
Absolutely, man. There's gotta be an easier way to get some. I mean, but what can you get back though? I mean, what is there an amount attached to it that's like satisfying? I mean, that's 11 years. That's 11 years, and they have kids, right? So that's 11 years.
No kids, no kids. She has a kid from someone else. Okay. Yeah, her child is from previous marriage. But again, we talked about that on last episode.
That's a family. That's 11 years without a family,
right?
Or your family being disrupted. So it's
true.
That's just a hard thing. You can't get those back, man. And nothing.
Like
you said, hey, we're sorry, and here you go. We'll give you a Metro card. You can get back to you.
Pretty much. Speaking of that, De Blasio, Rikers Island released quite a few inmates of nonviolent crimes. Have you seen this?
Yeah, like a bunch of nonviolent criminals or something. I didn't read it in detail, but.
So the city has commandeered quite a few hotels. I know this only from the hotel side of my business. They've commandeered quite a few hotels in the city and basically made them quarantinis, quarantine shelters. Okay. And for these people coming out of Rikers Island, they get exactly what you just said, a Metro card, I think a stipend amount of money I think like $150. Their room is paid for the next 30 days. No smoking, no drinking, and it's a decent hotel room. The accommodations are sparring, to say the least. It's like you don't get room service and shit like that. But yeah, no room service. But it is. I know. You get a guy like DMX, it's like, bitch, where's my food?
You called us a medium rare steak?
He did that to me, by the way, at the Crown Plaza. I had a DMX moment with with DMX, just rambunctious and exactly the way people project him on TV and the way they talk about him. That's how he was in person. Everyone was.
Everybody that has a DMX story says the same thing.
Yes.
Hey, the way you think DMX is, yes, that is exactly how
that's him. That's him. There's if you were to bust into a room and say, which one of you motherfuckers is DMX? That guy, he's the guy.
Yep. You just point. Yep, that's him.
Yep, that's him. What motherfucker? Yeah, he's boisterous. He is boisterous. In the dictionary, boisterous should show a picture of DMX. But we've cooked just about everything. I can't eat another piece of chicken. I'm chicken now.
It's funny because when you sent me that text that we're going to start a little bit late because the wife's cooking, and I was like, oh god, Teresa had a little cooking bug too, so she was up, and then she made some Italian chicken, and she made grits and made a salad. And I said that I was going to make beef stew, so she helped me make beef stew. We got stew on the stove.
I love it.
And, so like we got this whole smorgasbord thing. I downed finishing a bottle of wine.
Look at you.
And she made mimosas. I've been drinking all day. That's why I said I wasn't going to leave the house. I was going to come over, but I was like half a bottle in. I'm like, you know what? This is probably not a good idea.
Hey, no, absolutely not a bad idea. It's shitty out anyway. It's been.
It is not a good day. I've been getting out like every day. I've been getting out and like, walking around with Miles and stuff. And there's like being limited doesn't mean lock yourself inside.
Yeah. Unless you're physically, unless you're sick, unless you're actually sick.
Go out for a walk. And stuff.
Indeed. I want to shout out a few people that joined into the watch party. We got Rodrigue Forbes, Antoinette Artis, Patrick Montero. Hey, my man P in the big. Craig Howell, Super Mario's in the building. Christopher Steele. Mario's in the building all the time. Sakina Green, look at that.
Get the fuck out of here.
Sakina Green in the building. I hope she's still here. Hey, Keenie. Do they still call you Keenie?
That's history right there.
Oh boy, I think she's got quite a few stories she could share with us.
I'm sure she does. I don't think we have enough time to do that. We need her for a month.
And also Nathaniel Artis down here on the list here. These are a couple of people joining in. So thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining Two Bros Podcast Live. We're going to promise to do more of this. And, of course, we are all in preparation for this live edition that we're going to have. Like this. It'll be similar to this, but you guys get the punching bag.
That's right.
Cooking is the memes. The internet always wins with the memes. Everyone's I'm a little over, like, okay, enough's enough. We've seen this same stuck in the, like, there's only was so many stuck in the house memes you could do.
That's true. Yeah.
Everyone's kind of like, oh, I'm getting dressed and going to the living room. It's Friday.
Something's a little bullshit though. Did you see all those celebrities who sang the song Imagine?
No.
There was a bunch of celebrities, and it was I think it was organized by Gal Gadot, the woman who did Wonder Woman.
Huh? I don't know that.
And they all did an a cappella version of Imagine.
Oh.
Which number one was a horrible rendition. And
okay.
When you listen to the words of the song, you realize this isn't really the song to be singing at this fucking time, because
what's Imagine? I don't know the song.
Is Imagine There's No Heaven.
Oh gosh.
So now somebody who just put their grandmother away, who just lost their grandma.
Ooh. Tasteless joke.
Imagine There's No Heaven. No, that's really not the thing to fucking hear.
Oh, tasteless.
I think a lot of people are taking opportunities to say how, rather than say how thankful they are, to once again try to tell everybody how everybody else should be. I think everybody else needs to take a dose, step back, shut the fuck up, and
true,
and take care of your own.
Well,
make sure your own are good. pass our condolences to those who may need help. If you can help somebody, please help somebody. But
amen.
Stop telling everybody else how to fucking do some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that concept. I mean, just take care of your own family, and then check up on everybody else as you can, if you can. But make sure your shit is okay. Everyone's dealing with their own. The Sean Diddy Combs had some actually beautiful words to say on IG Live, and what he said is very, very interesting, and he's very passionate with this, love, his brother love thing. He wants to call himself Brother Love or whatever, Love Brother. Or he's trying to change his name again. But
change it again for the third time.
Yeah, but what he said was so interesting, and I really took to it. He said, "None of us should be the same after this. None of us should be." You
might have to say that again.
Yeah, none of us should be the same after this virus.
That's a good point.
We should all be different. We should all be experiencing something. That we should have seen something. We should have found something. We should have done something between this time. That's
a good point.
The river in Italy. What do they call that? The what's that called?
In Italy, say it again?
The river in Italy where the guy rows the boat and sings to you.
Oh, the gondolas in Venice.
Yes. The reports have shown that water has not been this clear in years. The earth is getting a chance to heal. We're not trampling all over it. Like, we're the earth is healing itself for us standing still.
Yeah. Yes. That's 1,000 years from now. Yes, we'll be able to say that.
Yeah.
It's hard to say now, in the moment, that's what's going on. But eventually, that's what's going on. I mean, this isn't the first time something like this has happened. It's damn sure not going to be the last. So,
yeah,
in 2009, we had a swine flu epidemic. That took several thousand people.
In this country. Yeah.
So unfortunately, these things happen. But that sentiment is a good sentiment. It's like after you go through this, you really shouldn't be the same. Hopefully, your perspective is changed a little bit.
Right.
Be a little bit more.
Yeah,
I think for the most part, I think we tend to show up for each other in times of crisis, but it's when shit gets back to normal that we tend to be fucked up people.
Go back to being the same old fucked up people we were.
When we get back to normal, and when there's now 1,000 people crowded on the subway train, are we going to be a little bit more generous and courteous to each other, or are we just going to go back to our old shitty selves? I think Get
nature.
the book bags in my fucking bag.
Yeah, I think we're all. The cabin fever is for sure setting in. Most people are just dying to bust out at the seams. People are texting like, hey, where's the party? Where's the, I need to get out, or, can I come over and just have a glass of wine? And, maybe you can sit, like you said, you don't have.
What else is on the rise too is apparently domestic violence calls are on the rise this time. Because all of a sudden people, people
I want
are
to hear
home
this
all the time, and now all of a sudden that person who was going out to a job that you got a break from, they're there all the time. And, you get in arguments and shit, and you haven't learned how to communicate with everybody else.
Isn't that something? Yeah, I've seen plenty of those. I didn't know about the well, my wife, her job it has with children relies so much and she hates when I talk about her all the time, but she relies so much on the school system to report and to give people, the heads up of, hey, what's going on? This kid looked like he's, a little malnourished. He's not getting the right, he said something that bothered me. You should go check him out, that type of thing. And now that no one's in school, they're relying on people to self-discipline themselves and to neighbors to call, like you just mentioned. So the domestic violence she's seeing on that side of it, and then it's, that's our new pipeline. It's almost like they have to have some way to get people snitching on people, you know, and telling what's going on in someone else's house, you know.
Yeah, maybe that's what we're doing. Maybe we're creating a snitch culture.
A snitch culture, yeah. Shout out, we have some new people just joined. Chris Walker, Greg Vance. How y'all doing, man? Peace, party people. Yeah, but
party people. If you want to get utterly depressed, now that you, what came to mind is I took a look. There's a documentary that's on Netflix called The Trials of Gabriel Fernandez.
Oh, that's one of her. She's you know, this is her job. You know, this is her line of work, and so she like knows this story, and she's like, the book is like, she's almost, it's like playing Wii here, watching her watch that. She's throwing shit at the TV. She's she's like, this is wrong. There's no way.
It just really, I mean, it's one of those things where when you, I mean, maybe we shouldn't be talking about horrific shit.
Well, I mean, we got to keep going, you know.
Like, listen, I was watching it and I was physically getting sick at some of the shit that I was hearing, and just like, oh, how this could, and the sad thing about it was, I mean, the whole thing is sad, but at the end, have you seen it?
I did.
At the end, when that attorney says, you know, everything has been settled, the trials are over and stuff like that, he gets a call like 2 weeks later, and it's the same damn thing. With
another kid, just in the same neighborhood.
Another kid, same damn scenario.
Same
and
scenario.
It's like, fuck.
But this case,
like, how do you...
Yeah, it's fucked up. It is. But with this case, there were a lot of things here that I came to my own assumption, because obviously the story is told from perspective. And one of the things that really bothered me about, and like you said, it was gut-wrenching awful, like what they did to this kid. But the homophobia here, was at an all-time high, which is why they took so much. Why this kid took so much punishment. It was they continually called him a homo because he was raised with his gay uncle or whatever else, and they showed you just some of that, but that was the underlying reason why they beat this kid to a pulp every day. And
possible, yes, it possibly is, but at the same time, I mean, yes, but. To say that is like the main cause is, I don't want to say it's a reach, but it's something that you can't, like, I think what the attorney said at the time when he said, why don't they file a hate crime charge as well?
Right.
He said, because you have to prove it. And he said, and basically he was saying, I can't prove that.
Yeah, true.
That's why we're not going to add a hate crime charge on it.
Yes.
Even though when he's like, apparently there's claims that, like, when he was beating the kid, he was calling him, "Are you gay?" And I'm sure the word he was using was not gay.
Yeah,
but,
he used the F-bomb.
You know? And he was, I think the attorney was saying that they would have loved to have done that, but it becomes an issue of proof, and you have to be able to prove it.
Yeah, burden of proof.
If the thing is sketchy, it's almost better to just, like, leave it out.
Oh,
but God. Yeah, I mean, it's a situation where like everything that was supposed to be a fail-safe failed.
Yeah.
Everything that was supposed to check did not, like, you know, the signals didn't click, you know, like when you get on the subway and, like, this signal's working, this signal should trigger another signal, and that should trigger another signal. None of those signals work. None of those, nothing trick. Any one of those things could have went off, which could have saved this young man's life. But
multiple choice, you had multiple choice triggers here that you could have picked any one of them. And I also, the second point I was trying to get at was, they seem to all be enamored by this young lady, the mom, physical appearance. They were just looking at her like a doll. Like, they were like, oh my God, look at her. She's all dressed up. She's got the makeup. She's pretty. She's this, she's that. And let's just take her word for it. And she was able to charm those people away from letting them go further. They were, oh, okay, she Jedi mind tricked the fuck out of that system.
Pretty much, yeah, and it's like the people who I think they talked to one of the social workers who actually got charged was relatively new and
yeah,
was kind of like naive, and so
yeah.
like she heard something, oh okay, and you know that's another thing. Like if it was a, but you'd like to say if a veteran went in there, it would be no different. But a veteran did go in there and they didn't, and nothing changed. So.
Well, you know, again, my wife has a lot to say about this topic because it's her daily life, and she was like, you know, she knows the language, so it's like, oh, soup
Right.
one should have taken this, it should have went to a soup two. You know, she knows the vernacular that makes it more detrimental, and how all she's doing is highlighting how it failed, you know, failed checkbox
Right,
1,
right,
2,
right.
and 3 failed. So it sucks, but a great, very great documentary. Painful.
You know, get ready for it.
Painful.
Do this and just be ready. Do this and then get ready to go out and do something nice.
Yeah, pretty much. DJ Black Magic just joined the room. How you doing, Black Magic?
Negro Mágica.
Negro Mágica. We did a live watch party yesterday with him.
I saw it. That was cool.
That was really fun, man. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of people in there.
Nice. More watch parties, man. The hosting watch parties is my new thing, because we're nobody's going back to work till mid-April.
I love the meme. Yeah, I love the meme. Work from home. I barely worked at work.
Now you want me to work from home?
Now you want me to work from home? I really ain't doing shit. Yeah, the watch parties.
Doesn't change until the 15th. So whatever you're doing now, you're going to be doing it for the next 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, true. DJ D Nice from Boogie Down Productions has taken over the watch. He has officially become the king. He's gone to like 1 million some odd views in like an hour or something. Got Michelle Obama on there. Got, you know, all these people, and now attached himself to a campaign for voting. Which we all have differences about how we feel about politicizing social events, right. You know, and to each his own, you know, you do what you do. But he's become the king now, and radio producers and programmers are shook.
Okay.
I was just waiting for a response. They are shook. They're just standing there going, oh my God, why the fuck would anyone go to a radio station if they could get this there? You can get this party feel, you can get the emotion, you can get the interaction. So if the radio programmers are not listening now and taking heed that they need to do live radio, like real live radio like this, if they're not smart, they are gonna extinct themselves. And
absolutely. Well, it's pretty much extinct now.
I know, but they just got a free window into how to stay relevant now. If Hot 97 and Power 105 and BLS, all these radio stations do not do this, what we just saw in regular rotation, they are not with. They just missed the whole exercise. They are what Diddy said did not change.
Decided you have become extinct in the 20th. You are now considered a 20th century dinosaur. Yeah. And 21st century is just not for you.
Yeah, you just did not adapt and adjust, you know, and it's a shame because more and more is going to go towards, now you're getting all these, you know, this is why my posts always get blocked, I play music and all this other stuff. And now all these, you know, copyright infringements and all this other stuff. People are sharing and on these platforms to share, you know, and to connect. And so, mighty funny how we talked about this on the last show. This is what this was used for. This is what this platform is for. It's for this. It's for this type of sharing and communal. When you put the business side in it and people monetizing it and people, oh, you played my record, I should be paid for it, blah, blah, blah. It gets really super hyper political. And now we're all sitting there going, but I just wanted to watch this guy, you know, do his thing, you know?
Right. I just want to hear some fly shit.
I want to clean my house. I want to fucking let the shit play in the background.
Exactly.
Yeah, and rock out. And so also in that same vein, a lot of DJs have passed away or are very sick. We have DJ Lance, who not doing very well. There's been rumors that he passed. I saw a post from his wife. This is something new. Whereas you have to be really careful on when you reposting and accenting. You put the man in the grave before he went.
Got to do a little fact checking.
Yeah, and it would help if you knew the family and you knew the people. Oddly enough, that I mentioned our brother Dave Edwards, who had passed away. Someone and I knew through the friends and family that he had passed away, and it's not like I had passed any false information. But someone had sent me a YouTube video that they did in memory of him, right? Saying, hey, hey, Dave Edwards was the point guard of Georgetown, blah, 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 this and that. And I thought it was pretty nice because it was a collage and someone took the time to voice over it and do it, right? But I didn't know who this person was. And I forwarded it. And I sent it and said, hey, we lost our friend, and I was sympathizing on the COVID version of anything else and saying, hey, COVID hit home. I knew this man. Like, I knew this guy. I shook hands with him. And a friend of mine through the industry, hospitality wise, he's global. He's out of the country. He said, yo, who made this video? Do you know that they're asking for money? There's donations and all this stuff. And he backtraced it to a company in India.
Wow.
Saying, he said, hey, you got to tell these people this is not, that money's going to India. I have the link to the account, and I can tell you, he's a trader. He's a day trader. He's like, your family's friends will not receive this money. Please make sure you're not. And I forwarded the video.
You forwarded it, yeah.
I didn't even get that far into the video to know that they asked for money.
You're right.
I didn't know they were asking for money. So I apologize if I forwarded that email of our brother Dave Edwards and that YouTube video, and I'm literally like about to report it, like and say, yo, this is fucked up. Like you trying to, capitalize off of someone's misfortune, man.
Right.
And I asked my guy, I was like, did you really track? He said, yeah, I have the company name, everything. I was like, wow, I need to put these people on blast. Muy horrible what they're doing.
Listen, unfortunately, at times like this, the hustle never sleeps. So, the good hustle and the bad and the shitty hustle. So.
Shitty hustle. Well, I also saw something else about people stealing deeds. Stealing deeds from people's homes. People falling back in their mortgages right now are in default. And people getting this master list, going through neighborhoods in Queens, Brooklyn, all over, telling people, hey, we can get you 20 grand right now, cash. Sign this document here, and taking power of attorney. Man, it's a horrible, like you said, the hustle does not stop. People find ways to scam in this time when your defenses are down.
Yeah.
So anybody,
some people out here in Long Island have been going to certain houses, of course, all dressed to the T's and gowns and stuff like that, offering coronavirus testing.
Yeah,
we got the hospital just released the coronavirus test. They sent this out here in the community. So if you wish to get tested, it's okay. We just have to charge you like $75, or if you can give us your social security number and stuff like that, we can, we can test you for the coronavirus.
Oh my God! Hand you a Q-tip and you swab your nose.
Pretty much.
$75, and then you think you're getting tested.
Yeah, and so we'll send the results right back to you. We just have to verify.
Litmus configuration.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shame on people doing this. Desperate time, desperate measures. So, guys, you got to keep your defenses up and make sure that you're on your A game and really making sure that you're not falling for the okie doke, or they say the banana in the tailpipe. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. So yeah, man. So this is fun. This is real. We were able to get this through. No one had to know of our technical difficulties that we had earlier.
That's right. So no, I think like 90 minutes we were trying to figure out. So wait a minute, how come this shit ain't working? How come that ain't working?
That episode that reminded me of the scene from Zoolander. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
Oh, which
Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson, and they go to retrieve the computer, and the guy says, "Get the files," and he goes, "They're in the computer. They're in the computer," and they're sitting there going, "Ooh, ooh, ha, 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 ooh, ooh," and they try to beat up the computer looking for the files.
Oh man!
Oh my goodness!
Everybody good? Everybody good in the Valley Stream Whitfield home?
Everybody's good on this side of town. All good, wolfing. I can't get this little part right here of hair to grow. I've been trying to like really grow in the beard, and even now it won't grow in. Like, and I'm brushing, and I figured I'd come out, Wolverine-ish. It's just not happening. It's now I'm getting the regular beard that I get, but I'm not getting that. I wanted that connection on. The high connection that Dad used to have, our father used to have.
Oh, the one like by his cheeks.
Yes, that's the one I want. I want this. I want the one up here, and I can't get them. I get like 3 hairs here, and I'm plucking those, going crazy.
I had to shave. If you notice, I had to shave. I had to take that off. It was like I was like every time I was talking, I was chewing hair.
Yeah, you had. I saw a couple of videos you posted with no hair at all. Yolanda Talbot has just joined us. Do you know who that is?
Yolanda Talbot, is she part of the Talbot crew, like the Damien?
Yes, that's the sister. Remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, she's just joined us.
Nice.
What was her name? Yogi Yo-Yo? Yeah.
I can't remember. We called it like Yo. I can't remember what we called.
No, but what was Damon was okay. Damon. What was the other guy? Kuda.
Damon. It was Gary.
Gary was Kuda or something. They called him. His mother called him Kuda.
The older brother was David, I think.
Huh. You were more friendly with. I hung out with Damon more, and Gary. Yeah, Damon and Gary. Those were some tough son of a bitches. Those guys were tough. They were.
They came from a tough dad.
Yeah. Oh, he was a sanitation worker.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, he was. Oh, he was a mean. He was like Mean Joe Green.
No nonsense dude. I can't speak for what happened in that house, but I know outside of that house, that was a mean motherfucker.
Oh man, Yolanda, we are reminiscent on the days of your dad. I mean, I just remember it was like when he came home, it was like, all right, everybody leave. This guy's home.
That's pretty much right.
Dad's home. Which is, listen, that feeling of, is kind of, that's what I'm hearing from everyone now. Everyone's saying that's the feeling we had back when we were kids, and everyone's home and you're at family dinner and sitting down and kind of like, okay, we all get to, hear each other speak and talk again.
You hear each other speak and you listen to everybody. And yeah, so this is listen, we've said it before, out of chaos comes order. So maybe a little bit. Maybe at the end of this we realize, hey, you know what, it's probably a good thing for every once in a while for us to be in the house together and check up on each other and see how everybody else is doing. Granted, we all got our own shit we're doing.
100%.
We all got grown kids and whatnot, but every once in a while, let's get together and just make sure everybody's cool. Let's everybody's doing.
Together. Whether good or bad, whether happy or sad.
Did it. And on that note, I think it's probably a call.
It is a call. We've expunged enough time. Actually, not bad. 51 minutes. So
that's not bad.
Not bad so
if we'd have added that time we had troubleshooting, we'd have had a 3-hour podcast.
It's in the computer. Do you know the number? You know the number off top, or We're gonna say it one more time.
No, off the top of my head, no. I had it written down. 7-4.
All right, I got it here. So remember, party people, when we announce episode 100, which is coming soon, but we might get a couple of COVID-19 series in between here. You might have a 99.1, 99.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5.
Let's do like a like temperature, like 99. How hot are we? We're 99.
All right, party people, the number is 720-835-5522, and you're going to use conference pin number 55854, or you can log in at uberconference.com Two Bros Podcast / Two Bros Podcast. I want to thank you all for joining us, all of our fans, family, and friends. Be safe out there, party people. Remember, have a blessed week, but more important, be a blessing to someone else.
Oh, fuck them from 6 feet away.
Peace, party people.
Peace out.
Yeah, that's what they said.